Hello, welcome to our live. This is Spotcovery. Today we are going to discuss matters health, and we are going to be talking about the status of mental health in the Black community. How is mental health viewed in the Black community? Join us now. So our focus is on the Black community. How is mental health viewed in the Black community? Talk to us. You can comment on the comment section. You can also send us a message if you have any questions concerning the topic we are discussing today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reminding you tonight we are discussing about mental health. How is it viewed in the Black community? If you've just logged in, this is Spotcovery. Join us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us right now. We discuss about the situation of mental health in the Black community. It's an issue that is facing quite a number of people around the world. If you look at the American Black community, you realize that there is a very good percentage of the Black population who are affected by mental health issues. So it's something that is real and it's happening everywhere. And our focus is on the Black community. So join us now. If you have a story that is related to mental health, you have the opportunity to join us and discuss with us right now. How do you handle mental health situation there at home? Maybe you have relatives, your family members who are affected directly, or other people who are affected indirectly. Talk to us. This is a live session. Join us now. Let's discuss about mental health. So let's talk about mental health. How is it affecting the Black community? Now you realize that in our health. Welcome. I'm seeing the number increasing, the number of viewers increasing. So if you've just joined, we are discussing on matters health. We are focusing on mental health in the Black community. So send in your comments. Like our streaming. So recently there was an exclusive article written by one of the authors or writer, Uchenna Agu. He was addressing mental health and how mental health is viewed in the Black community. And that is what we are addressing today. That is the topic of discussion today. So join us. If you have any questions or concerns, join us right now. Let's talk about mental health. It is a situation that is happening. It is something that is real in our midst. There are so many who are affected. So how do we see or how do we view mental health in our communities? Is it impacting you directly or indirectly? Talk to us on the comment section. Tell us what you think about mental health. How do you say it in your community where you live? Have you seen people who are suffering from mental health? Are there mechanisms that are used to mitigate on the issues of mental health? The comment section is on. So just join us right now. Let's discuss this matter and find a solution. If you have a suggestion or recommendation, you can join us and tell us what you think about mental health. And what are some of the causes of mental health? If you know any, just comment on our page and we shall discuss on it. Now, the Black community is seen as a community that has a high number of people affected by mental health. Now, for example, on the article written by Uchenna, he found out that 33% of prison population, 40% of the homeless people, 45% of children in the foster care who are Blacks are affected by mental health. Now, the research further shows that now, another question is, are there mechanisms that have been placed by the government, the health private sectors, or even the community level groups that make sure that mental health is addressed among the community? If there are people who are suffering from mental health, is there a special facility where they are taken, they get some sort of counseling, and then they can find a way to get back to their lives? So we are discussing mental health. How is it viewed in the community? How is it viewed in the Black community? So we are talking about matters to do with racism. We are talking about issues to do with stereotypes, the cultural beliefs. How are people handling mental health issues in your community? And how does the church play a role in handling a mental community? Because it is believed that a very good population of the Black community are into religion. Now, how is religion used to address mental health? Are there churches that have special occasions to address issues to do with mental health? Are they doing something about it? I know you've seen a lot in the news in regards to mental health. There are people who have put in a certain place just with the target of helping them manage the disease or the condition that they have in regards to mental health. Rela is saying, I think in Africa, when someone has a mental problem, they feel stigmatized and therefore not willing to open up. People are reluctant to address mental health. They may not be free to interact with people and freely say what is happening to them. If there's a way we can counsel these people experiencing mental health and showing them how to open up about the problems they are having, then I think that is a good start for them to start the healing process. So I absolutely agree with you, Isumi. Talk to us if you're joining this session right now. We are discussing on mental health. How is mental health viewed in the Black community? Our focus is on a Black community. You may have a family member who is affected by issues to do with mental health. How are you handling this situation right there at home? Are you finding it difficult? Talk to us. The comment section is open. Let's discuss this issue and get to a deep understanding on what mental health is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about mental health. How is mental health viewed in the Black community? Talk to us on the comment section. We are talking about mental health. These are things that are happening. They're happening to family members, close friends, or even relatives. It happens when you go in Africa, if you go to a market, you must find someone who is mentally affected. They walk around, they do their things. But why did it reach to that point where they are now walking everywhere? Their health has been affected. How did they reach that particular point? Were there things that could be done to stop them reaching that extent? So that is what we are discussing here. How is mental health viewed in the Black community? How do you feel when you see a person who is mentally ill? How do you perceive them? Talk to us. The comment section is on. It's open. You can talk to us. Mental health remains an elusive agenda in the Black community, and so far, what is our governments doing in relation to addressing mental health? Which mechanisms are there? Are there facilities that are just set up to make sure that people who are suffering mental health are taken care of? So those are some of the questions that we need to ask when you're addressing mental health. How do you take care of these people at home? How is it economically? How are you coping up with these issues? Because it depends, because mental health and mental illness have different, types. Depends with how it has attacked somebody. So how do you cope up with that? How do you take care of these people who are mentally affected? And as I've said, mental health is inevitable because it can attack anybody. So you really need to find a way to address these things, open up. Just like Suni said, you just have to open up first, because the problem is the reluctance to open up about these issues to do with mental health. Because you may feel afraid to address it. You don't know how people are going to take you, how they're going to perceive you, how are they going to react upon knowing your problem. So many people are suffering because they are reluctant to open up. So that's an issue. That's an issue of concern. Talk to us on our comment section. There's a live chat there. You can chat us live to discuss on mental health. Now, Sedi is saying, I think from an African perspective, mental health is not regarded with the seriousness it deserves. Maybe because we've handled issues on our own for so long, we can be open to people to help them heal and put away our judgmental lens when someone open to us. Mental health is broad. It is something that needs a lot of addressing. It doesn't end here. We'll continue to talk about mental health. Let's look at ways through which we can really help our friends, our family, or anybody who is close to us successfully get back to their feet, especially at those early stages of mental issues. We can help them, we can prevent them from getting to the streets. They say that prevention is better than cure. So if there's a way we can help these people know the problems they have, give suggestions and recommendations on how they can make the situation better and get back to their feet, then we would eventually make sure that they don't reach a level of going to the streets. These are our family members, they are our friends, our kids, people we are close to. So we just need to be the gatekeepers to make sure that these people get the best despite whatever they are going through. So what you've learned on this particular session so far so good is that addressing mental health starts by opening up. You have an issue that is affecting you. Now we live in a world where there are so many problems and in different definitions. So if you have these issues and you fail to address them, then they end up eating into you and eating you up eventually. So we need to address mental health. Let's start by opening ourselves. Let's not be judgmental to those people who are willing to address the issue with us. Let's make them feel that they can easily share a problem, and then we can discuss that problem with them, and at the end of the day reach a solution. So we need to open up as people who are suffering from mental illness, maybe at an early stage. It could be a stress you have. Open up. And also on the other end, for those of us who have the opportunity to listen to other people, just to make them feel comfortable, be empathic, understand what they are going through. Okay? Do not socially judge these people because they are our family members. They are people like us. It's only that they have been affected by unforeseen circumstances. There are things they may have undergone shock. Something happened to them, and that is affecting the way they relate to the world. That is why you may see they behave strangely. But that doesn't mean they are not part of us. They are human beings like us. They breathe the same air we breathe. They actually have the life we have, but something wrong happened. No? That is why they are experiencing that. So let's open up and also be open to those who are suffering from mental health. We just have a few minutes to go. So if you have a quick question, you can comment on our comment section. We can address it very fast before we bring this to an end. You realize that we cannot discuss everything today because this is a very broad topic. There are so many things we need to talk about. Perhaps in the next session, we'll bring in an expert to really talk about mental health, shed some light on it so that we understand it fully. He can give us recommendations on how to cope up with mental health. So this was just an eye-opening series of mental health to show that indeed this is happening in our community, and we should be the gatekeepers when it comes to issues that are affecting our community. We always aim at making a world a better place, but when we keep quiet, we don't get solutions to these problems that are occurring, which are so real. So the only way to mitigate on these issues is creating awareness, voicing it out. There are people who don't know. There are people who never knew about mental health. Now, after attending this session, you can be able to understand that, this is what is happening, this mental health. It's something that can affect anybody. Anyone can be a victim. So it remains a very big agenda when it comes to Black community. Mental health in Black community is a bigger issue. You've seen the research percentages that they are giving us. So we've seen people in the asylums, children at children homes or foster homes. There are even people in prison who are affected largely by mental health. So let's learn to appreciate that we are facing real problems. And these problems, we are only the custodians. We are the people who can identify these problems and, reach a solution. It's been a wonderful session. Thank you for joining this session. Let's meet some other time. I would say goodbye for now, but the conversation keeps going. This is Spotcovery.